नमस्ते दोस्तों, आपका हमारे YouTube चैनल में स्वागत है। और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं गोल्ड के ट्रेंड्स की। 2024 में क्या कुछ रह सकता है, मार्केट में क्या नई चीजें हो सकती हैं। और इस पर बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ खुद वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल के CEO सोम सुंदरम जी मौजूद हैं। सर, आपका सबसे पहले स्वागत है हमारे शो में। तो बात की शुरुआत ये करते हैं सर, 2023 इसका असेसमेंट कैसा रहा, क्योंकि अब बस खत्म ही होने वाला है साल, और आपने क्या कुछ एक्सपेक्ट किया था और क्या कुछ रहा इस साल में?
Uh, 2023, in terms of prices, very good performance. But when it comes to demand, it will be still we don't know because our we though there anything can happen. But ये तो 22 के नीचे होता है, हो सकता है क्योंकि 22 we had 774 tons. We expect this year will be about 750 at best. So in terms of demand, it is below 2022. But in terms of price, it has really run up. We don't know where it is going to end up, but you might therefore see money investment in gold is higher, but quantity lower.
2024 की, चूंकि ये तो बात हुई 2023 की। अब 2024 की अगर हम बात करें, और वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल ने जो आउटलुक है वो भी निकाल दिया है, तो क्या कुछ है उसमें सर? थोड़ा सा आप हमें बताइए कि क्या आउटलुक है अगले 2024 का, कहाँ डिमांड रह सकती है, या क्या कुछ फेड कर सकता है, या सोने का जो आगे जाके क्या ट्रेंड रह सकता है?
Yes, 24. First of all, it starts with a high price, definitely. So it has now touched almost 65,000 with GST and all. So it is going to be a stiff price for the consumers immediately. Second, you are going to have a very important event in the first half, which is the elections. Okay. So how that impacts savings and consumption, we'll have to see. Particularly April and May. April is when we could probably have Akshay Tritiya. Okay. How these things work will have to be seen, because there will be gold movement restrictions. Not that they will create a big, they may not create a big dent, but we just don't know. Second is there will be a lot of spending for elections, clearly. Now, traditionally, we have seen that this translates to higher gold buy. And this is intuitive. We need to see, therefore, second half could be a very strong buying for gold because of huge spending in the first half. So that is one I would say. Now, will it be higher than 2023 at these prices? Now that's dependent on a lot of international factors. If the price continues to be at 65,000, second half will be good. But if the price goes to 68, then comes to 52, 58, if it is volatile, then problem हो जाएगा, क्योंकि consumers they don't like volatility. They like trend, they don't like volatility. Volatility is a different thing. So if the price stabilizes or if it keeps going up, you will have good demand, particularly second half. But if the price is volatile, if it comes down again to 58,000 or 60,000, then goes back to 65, you will have a bit of a difficulty. You may find buying around 750, 800 tons, but it's too early to tell, because it also depends on monsoons. It depends on other reforms that once the elected government, even if it is the same government comes in, what kind of things that we see. So a lot of factors are out there.
तो जैसे हमने जो अभी रिपोर्ट लॉन्च हुई है वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल की, आउटलुक 2024, तो उसमें ऐसी उम्मीद है, या उसमें ऐसा है कि जो फेडरल रिजर्व है वो जो रेट कट करने वाले हैं, उसका शायद जितना इम्पैक्ट मार्केट एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है उतना ना हो गोल्ड के ऊपर, ऐसा है? तो इसके पीछे क्या रीजन है कि मार्केट ने डिस्काउंट कर लिया, या क्या मतलब आपका असेसमेंट क्या कहता है?
See, this was always expected when prices were going up and rate was already 4.5%. सबको पता है 4.5 के ऊपर कितना rate increase कर सकता है. Now you can't keep raising the interest rates repeatedly. And second, normally when rate increase happens, the economy suffers. But if you really see, even US economy is doing very well. US stock markets are doing very well, right? So it's a different equation now. It is not what we have always thought. Oh, if rates go up, economy, the growth will taper. Did not happen. Everything is now seeming to go in one direction. Therefore, what our outlook also just says that is that, look, central banks continue to buy gold. Okay, stock markets continue to do well, but there will be softening of interest rates, which have already been talked about, as I said, because there is only so much headroom to increase rates, right? Therefore, this was already factored in. I mean, this is already being factored in by the market. Having said that, we are not saying there will not be volatility. There could be other geopolitical events. They could change the situation. But as of now, as we read it, it looks like 2024 will again be a very good market for central bank demand, for including consumer demand. If not for jewelry, it is definitely for bars and coins.
अगला सवाल आपसे वही था कि 2024 में ETF की सेंट्रल बैंक की ज्वेलरी की बार एंड कॉइन्स कहाँ पर डिमांड ज्यादा आने वाला है, क्योंकि ETF का तो हम लोग पूरे साल से सुन रहे हैं कि आप खरीदारी करने आएंगे, आप खरीदारी करने आएंगे, पर कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है मार्केट में.
Yes, it is. Look, ultimately, jewelry and bars and coins are very big. Clearly, globally also, because they are very highly distributed. Bars and coins is in every nook and corner of this world. Jewelry similarly. So while ETF can show a growth, it is not as high as a bar and coin demand. So you will continue to see growth in those areas. There is no doubt about it, because European demand could come back in a big way. We saw it. Europeans are big buyers of bars and coins. US also. So, and China and India, of course. So we believe at this moment of time, I believe the growth will come from bars and coins next year, clearly. Central bank, I'm not talking of central bank, because central bank is a very, very different thing, and it continues to be strong. But within the other three categories that you mentioned, bars and coins will have a very significant growth again. It's typically what happens because when there is uncertainty, and this uncertainty has been there ever since 2020. So I think there will be a year when we will see a big jump in bars and coins, and it could be 2024.
तो एक चीज और मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा, इंडिया के पर्सपेक्टिव में गोल्ड इंडस्ट्री में कौन से रेगुलेटरी चेंजेस आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? क्या कुछ चीजें पेंडिंग है, क्या कुछ हो सकता है? क्योंकि वो एक बहुत बड़ी चीज है जो इंडिया के ज्वेलर हैं या ज्वेलरी मार्केट को इम्पैक्ट करता है, रेगुलेशन.
See, instead of calling it a regulation, may reform. So I will say it is reform, right? Now, in terms of reform, we all know that duty has to come down. At the same time, industry also has to step up efforts to increase digitalization of the industry, both recycling as well as at the time of buying. When I say at the time of buying, today, it is largely a cash market. And we all know it is a cash-based market. People, even though they pay GST, they take invoice, it's a cash-based market. We have to work with the government to see how digitalization of the industry happens in a big way. I'm not saying small changes. The needle shouldn't move like this. Needle should move like this. Okay? Because then what happens is it is easier for the government to say this industry, all digital payments, let's say 80% digital payments. Therefore, duty can be cut, because then the influence of the gray market will come down. The next one I would think about is in terms of improving recycling, clearly the domestic exchange, electronic gold receipt, will have to become a reality in this country. There is no doubt about it. Long term, it is in the interest of the country, it is in the interest of recycling, monetization of gold. Electronic gold receipt is an important development that has to be facilitated. Whatever is standing in the way, we need to find an elegant solution. So exchange, based trading, recycling has to be made a reality. Those are what I expect as very important reform. There are lots of other stuff, SIPA, FTA, how to do it, etc. But important is rationalization of duties, exchange trading, making the gold market more securitized. Those are the things that I would say are important reforms.
एंड एसआरओ सर, एसआरओ चूंकि वो तो आपका एकदम ड्रीम टाइप का प्रोजेक्ट है.
Yes, as I said, it is not a reform. It's already announced. We are forming an SRO. Okay, the SRO will work on all these reforms. See, now, because what we want to say is the SRO should be one jointly owned by the industry. It should be a unified voice for reforms, standards, and code of conduct. Okay? And one of them is what I said, digitalization of the industry. It should do many other stuff, but digitalization of the industry is a very, very good thing to hold on to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. आपसे बात करके बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Also wish all the viewers very, very happy New Year and a wonderful 2024 for everyone. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.